Hello to all of you beautiful nerds, and welcome back from Traveling the Vast Nerd Universe. I am back with a new try-on video. And this time it's with a new collection from a makeup brand I have not tried out before, and that is called Lunar Beauty. Lunar Beauty is a makeup brand created by Manny MUA here on YouTube. He's been around for a long time. I followed him on my personal account a couple of times here and there. He also does a podcast called Full Coverage, FOOL Coverage, with Laura Lee, shall I say, who also has a makeup brand called Laura Lee Cosmetics USA, or is it Laura Lee Beauty? I forget. But I have not tried her brand yet. I might do that later on in the future. But this collection just came out. It's called the Shroom makeup collection. I was not gonna buy this at first. Just hear me out. One morning I was having breakfast before work, and I saw this notification from Skeleton here on YouTube talk about the Shroom collection, and he talked about it, and it kind of caught my ears. I wanted to try the Moon Prism highlighters before, especially in Mars, since it has more of a peach sheen to it, but I never got a chance to, because of course, you know, paying for rent when it comes to an apartment, it does take a bit out of your paycheck. And also I was subscribed to Ipsy and BoxyCharm at the time, and of course they haven't really given out Lunar Beauty. I was trying other makeup brands, so this purchase I did make on a card that I kind of stopped making purchases on. So I'm doing the best as I can this year when it comes to keeping up with card activity, because, well, I gotta still pay rent and other bills like a normal human being on Earth. So, hey, this collection costs around $110, which you get all of the products that come in this, which includes the color palette, which is the eyeshadow palette, the highlighter palette, which includes 4 highlighters and 3 lip glosses. So I got the entire collection. It caught my ears, like I said. So yeah, this is pretty much the last big makeup purchase I'll ever make right now. I was hoping to do a post for something that I do over on the nerdychicuniverse.com area called Yeah, Meh, Nah, which is my own way of doing purchase or pass. But I haven't been doing that as much because, of course, I have so much makeup in my collection. And, of course, I am subscribed to Laura Beauty Box again since December. I mean, some of the boxes came out okay. This one, I mean, I could just use the products. I was going to use the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, but not going to. I'm thinking of using that with a different makeup look, because I wanted to use an older blush that I had for many years. So let's get into this video before it becomes light years long. So, gonna put on my headband. And let me grab a makeup wipe so I can keep my brushes clean as I go. Oh crap. Crap, I dropped it. This is... I knocked over my sponge. I lost the wipe. Dang it. Why does this always have to happen where I drop something and lose track of it? These are the makeup wipes by Equate. In case if anybody wants to know what these for makeup wipes. So okay, I'm gonna start off with brows, of course, with my tried and true brow products from NYX Cosmetics. In case if you guys hear anything in the background, RJ is currently playing some after game stuff with Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. He finished the game last night. No, I don't think that would be a good brow brush. I know I have one around here. I know I put a couple things into my cup to clean my brushes at some point. And I swore I had a brow brush around here. Hold on a sec. I can't reach it. I know I have an old brush set. Oh, found one from Coastal Scents when they were still around, which I eyed like crazy. It came in a like a leather tube. So, still have those brushes somewhere. Okay, using the Tame and Frame pomade from NYX. I love this stuff. I try using brow pencils in the past, but I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the pencil hype. I guess it's because I still have brows to keep a hold of. Yes, I tweeze my brows, but not point of over tweezing. I do tweeze here and there to get rid of some excess hairs, I feel. Excuse me. So next up, onto the eyes. Gonna of course use my painterly paint pot for my eyeshadow base. I know I don't have oily lids, but I like using an eyeshadow base to hold my shadows. I keep on hearing the frogs from out there in the game. Okay. So now on to give my eyes a nice little color. Oomph. So the color palette. Yeah, I put a weight tag on my box. I had to purchase more of those little sticky weight tags. It looks like this. It's an 18 shade palette. I can't say shadows because, of course, there's some pressed pigments mixed in to this because some brands had to be careful when they advertise their new products, apparently, because of the issue with pressed pigments that has been going around where they stain the eyes. I mean, Huda Beauty went through a major lawsuit about that years ago. So, going into my definer, which is shade 14, called Witch's Hat. Which is a purple shimmer. Oh yeah, I definitely feel the pigment in these shadows. Because I heard, well, these colors, these pigments, I heard good things about the color palettes from Lunar Beauty being very good. I didn't get Life's a Drag nor the Prism palette, either, but I may have to get more stuff from this brand as well. And no, like I said before, I did not get sponsored by these guys. I just was just watched the video and got intrigued and curious about this collection. I am a curious kitty. Meow. You can get the parts individually if you don't want the color palette nor the highlighter palette, or just want to go for the lip glosses. They are sold separately from each other. Interesting thing when I was watching Skeleton's video is that he had said, and also with his opinion, is that he and other people thought this was a dupe for the At Forest site palette that Raw Beauty Christie did with ColourPop. I know I bought that one when it came out. Not sure where it is. I think it might be somewhere in my makeup drawers. I had to take a look, but I know I bought that palette, but it had more of some smoky shades and more greens, but this is like a purple. There's a few oranges with some golds mixed in. So next shade I'm going in is called Pretty Poison, which is a wine shade. Because I think this would be a good purple eye look if you're going for a purpley eye. I don't think the At Forest site palette had any purples. It's been forever. I know I copied down the shades when I first got it. I usually do that when I'm getting a new palette. I always copy down any of the shade descriptions. I was glad when I went to buy this, look at the shades, and it says shade descriptions on the page. I wish more brands would do that. Like put a section that gives you the shade descriptions, and of course it would help with purchasing, because I know with, what is it, Nomad Cosmetics, you could go to more information, like product information, and it'll give you all the shades. I mean, that's how I really got into the Europe palette and the beautiful, was it, like for instance when I bought the new Iceland palette, which is gonna be discontinued, but what was it? No, a New Zealand palette. The New Zealand palette from Nomad, because I like to look at the shades before buying, at least, because it gives me a chance to know what I'm getting into if I want to buy the palette. Because I've been noticing with certain palettes, they're becoming neutral, more neutral. Final, for my brow, I'm going into Pixie Pop, which is a lavender, a shimmery lavender, right next to Pretty Poison. But like I said, I wish more brands would do that, because like I said, would know what they're getting into. A lot of brands have been putting a lot of neutral shades. I mean, last week when Jen Love talked about the new release for for Elf Cosmetics that sold out with their collaboration with Liquid Death, which is a sparkling water antique company, which I need to try out their sparkling waters. The mango chainsaw kind of got my attention because I drink a lot of sparkling water over soda. I don't do sodas as much as I used to. I may have one once in a blue moon because I did that with the last time we ate at Olive Garden. I had a Dr. Pepper. After so long, it tasted so good, but it's like once in a blue moon type thing when I look at it. But of course, it feels like nowadays a lot of brands are afraid of playing with color because Elf is playing with color. And I pointed that out with my comment. It's like brands are just pulling away from playing with color when a lot of times back in the past when grunge was big, like grungy makeup. I mean, even Urban Decay started off with being more grunge than they are now. They're pulling away from being colorful anymore. And ColourPop as well. So someone did comment and say I'm going to be using my purple eyeliner for this look. So now it's called Neutral Pop. I love that because it's no longer ColourPop, it's now neutral. I'm hoping, even though there's rumors that ColourPop is supposed to be doing a Pokemon themed palette, I'm hoping, beyond hope, if they do a Pokemon palette, that they don't go neutral, because Pokemon, as someone who's been a huge fan of the franchise since 8th grade, well, 7th grade technically, but mostly it was 8th grade, but it was mostly 8th grade. They better not make it a neutral palette because Pokemon has a lot of bright colors. From Pikachu all the way down to all the certain Pokemon. Especially with this new region, Paldea. I need to clean up that pencil sharpener. Some of the Pokemon look very bright. I mean, they should just do like an Eevee and Pikachu palette, in my opinion. Because those are like the top 2 Pokemon that gets anything. I mean, even the last big plush RJ has gotten me was Eevee with a Christmas ribbon. But like I said, throughout Pokemon history, a lot of bright colors. Yes, you do have Pokemon that have like pink, peach, all that, even grays in their colors, but please stick with the brighter colors because a lot of Pokemon are nice and bright and colorful. Or do a palette based on the starters. at least. Like from all 9 regions. Yes, 9 regions. I can't believe it. That would be fun. But still, you know, ColourPop is not gonna listen to the fans as much. Like how, including me and every fan of Sailor Moon, did not like what they did with the round 2 of the Sailor Moon palettes. I wonder what Manny MUA would say about it too, because he's a huge Sailor Moon fan, and his first highlighters, the Prism highlighters, were Moon Prism highlighters, were actually based on Sailor Moon. Alright, on to the lashes. And his brand has kind of grown from there. And I think I was the only one who kind of complained about the Naruto palette. As someone who's been into Naruto since the mid-2000s, yes, I did not like the setup of the palette at all. So if they do Pokemon, I'm hoping they don't screw it up. Because like I said, they've been doing a lot of neutrals and kind of pulling away from the colors, and it's like, you're ColourPop. You're supposed to be colorful. I mean, this palette by Lunar Beauty is way more colorful than most of what they put out so far. Because, yes, they have a lot of dark greens and olives in this one, but I need the oranges, the golds, the purples. Okay, gonna do my mascara next. I always wonder what this mascara is supposed to be, because it has a good weight to it. I don't know if it's supposed to be man-eater, because I know I bought a new tube of that before Ranger stopped. I think I got this in a subscription box a long time ago in the galaxy far, far from home. Even far further than Deep Space Nine. I'll take a look once I put everything back where it belongs in my new big travel makeup case, where I put most of my mascaras and any makeup that I want to keep in there for easy reach. To top my lashes off is with the Bambi Extra Black from L'Oreal. Since this palette has more of a foresty theme, even though it has more, according to Manny MUA, it's supposed to be based off like the idea of fairies, like Fairytopia, Pixie Hollow, but yes, I see some of the shades being named after that, including some of the highlighters do have one named Tink, which I'm going to use to mix in with one of the others. But I see more of the forest theme coming out because there's different shades named after different breeds of mushrooms, parts of a mushroom, because of the name Moon Shroom, and different types of trees. Which kind of makes sense if you're gonna name it with something like that. You think of foresty type things. Yeah, I thought, why not use the Bambi mascara? I know I had it somewhere, so why not? Okay, onto the face. I'm gonna use my favorite NYX Marshmallow primer. I did get another one of these on Ulta because I had to get another one of the perversion mascaras from Urban Decay. And I'm not kidding about that mascara name either, because that mascara got me into Urban Decay. Not the Naked Palettes perversion mascara, because I was subscribed to Ipsy back in it was 2014, a little after I graduated from my bachelor's degree, and I remember getting the Perversion Mascara Mini in my first Ipsy bag, and I loved it. And I haven't been giving it much love, but oh well. I'm gonna try to do that more, give more love to some of my mascaras over time. Because I don't want to get pink eye ever again. It's terrible. I mean, okay, that's my lash primer. Now I have my NYX concealer. Here it is. The Won't Stop, Can't Stop concealer. I got a natural because I want to at least match with some of my foundation. Oh yeah. Looking very pretty, Mari. Thank y'all. Gonna blend in. Blend, blend, blend. I know who I got that from, but I know who. But it's true, you gotta blend it into your under eyes. And I usually do it with a wet sponge because I find it a lot easier than a brush nowadays. Oh, I'm gonna use a MAC Radiant foundation. Oh, I forgot to put away my face primer. I usually have a bad habit of that. I use the Radiant Foundation by MAC. so smooth. Let me put some on the side of my sponge so I can put some on my forehead. And blend it in with the rest of my face. I'm gonna make sure I blend. All right. Now onto blush. Making sure I clicked it because I like the idea of that foundation having a little click system that you don't accidentally squeeze foundation out. For my blush, I am using Dainty from MAC, which this one I had since 2014. I haven't been working on hitting pan as much because I've been trying out so many other blushes, including a lot of cream ones. Like yesterday when my dad visited, I wore the About Face blush. I'm starting to enjoy that one when it comes to cream blushes. Now I want to try out the more rosy shade from that line, but I'll wait a bit. Okay, I'm going into Dainty. This is like a perfect classic pink. It has a bit of a yellow tone to it, but it's very classic when you look at it. Don't mind that. I was surprised this blush did not get hit by flood waters because my old caboodle was on the floor when the flood waters hit, and Warm Soul got hit, but not Gleeful nor Dainty, but I did end up replacing Warm Soul, but I haven't touched it ever since I bought a new one. I need to give it some love. Okay, now it's on to the new highlighters in that palette. I'll use this brush. So the highlighter palette in this collection is a 4-pan highlighter palette. And it looks like this, to anybody who could see it. It has even the moon shroom idea. So I'm going into shades 2 and 4, which are Tink and Sprinkle, to add some golden sparkle. I'm gonna look so sparkly. Look so pretty. So, yep, that. And I'm gonna put this back into its box since I have that weight tag on it. Speaking of weight tags, one thing I don't like is certain products that have interesting packaging that makes it hard for the camera to focus, and you have set a weight tag afterwards. I did not know the zipper tag broke off of this thing. Great. I had to move these brushes over to somewhere else. Oh man. Oh, I didn't know I had a smaller blending sponge in this thing. Blend my blush and highlighter to my skin with my e.l.f. Kabuki brush. Make it look more natural. And now I'm going to use my powder. I'm going to be using, of course, my e.l.f. translucent setting powder. I love this powder a lot. I'm going to do my under eyes to set my concealer underneath. And now to use a powder brush to now set my face. All right, now for setting sprays. If I could put my brush back. There we go. For setting spray, I am going to be using no, that's not it. This is my primer, and I hate when the cap always comes off. I'm gonna use the NYX Marshmallow setting spray. I know this is more of a matte formula, but I do love the primer, and I'm kind of liking the setting spray too. Because when I heard they made a setting spray for the Marshmallow line, I'm like, I have to have it. It has more of a vanilla scent, but it smells pretty good. gonna fan it. Seems more dewier than matte, in my opinion. So on to lips. For the lips, I am going to be like eeny, meeny, miny, you. I know I can't see the color, but too bad I can't use seeing AI while I use my phone. Even though someone suggested I should try using the iPad. Not sure if it'll catch my entire face though, since I have the mini here and I have the Air at work. Okay. It does go on pretty well. I heard Skeleton talked about how good the lip glosses are. But so far so good. It does feel pretty good. Go on the lips, it goes on smooth, not tacky. Like most lip glosses would be. So yeah, not too bad of a first try on this collection. I mean, and that completes my look, everybody. All I have to say is so far, I had to keep on try out other shade combinations with the color palette, because so far so good. It did go on pretty well with this idea. Like I went purple with this look with a bit of line to mix it with the crease. I am kind of intrigued by the dark peacock green, since I do have a peacock green eyeliner to go with it. So that's gonna be another look to try out coming up, but not gonna be a video. It's gonna be on Instagram, so follow me there at Marty Blue Cat. So yep, not bad so far. I mean, it is great. I'm not obsessed with it yet. I'm trying not to be like most people on TikTok that said I am obsessed after one use. I'm sorry, it just takes me time to get to know a palette, get to know a foundation, get to know a setting spray. It's like, give us time. And it goes the same way with skincare. I mean, it takes weeks to months to get used to skincare product, because your skin needs to get used to certain products and ingredients. But anyways, so far so good. I like this palette. I need to keep on playing around with it and see how well it goes, because like I said, the peacock green shades kind of intrigued me and calling out to me a bit. I could have used those for this look, but the purples kind of called out to me a little bit more. If you want to get the parts of the collection, you could still probably get them over at Lunar Beauty. I would say take a look. If you like a particular product, go on ahead. If you guys think I should try more products from this brand, go on and sound off in the comments. So that completes this look. So if you like the idea of seeing me put on makeup, even though I can't see a palette because I'm blind, go ahead, like and subscribe, because we've been getting new subscribers. And also I want to thank to one of my subscriber who shared my Japan Crate March 2024 video like crazy, and got a lot of people to check that out. I am surprised that it got 211 views. Unlike the Tokyo Treat, I'm sorry people if you were fans of those videos. I ended up canceling Tokyo Treat because the views were not there, and also was doing it because, of course, we did add on a new phone plan, so it's gonna be gone for now. I am gonna probably resubscribe, but might not make any videos with the future boxes. If you still want to see those, just, comment if I update saying, hey, I'm back with Tokyo Treat, because I kind of miss having snacks from there. Even though I did like the snacks from Tokyo Treat a little bit more. I did like the honey and soy sauce cracker. Oh well, I am gonna be waiting for the Japan Crate box, so stay tuned for that at least. So until next time, everybody, stay beautiful.